Quad Cortex, Campus Stage, ACS1, UA Dream and Ruby, and most recently Tone X. With so many gear choices, does it make sense to get something made in 2019? I'll share what I think makes the Line 6 HX Stomp special regarding its features, performance, and overall value. The first thing to correctly assess if this device meets your needs is to make sure we're comparing it to relevant competitors. Despite its size, this unit is not in the same product space as the UA Dream and Ruby, the Strymon Iridium, or the Tone X. Those are amp-in-a-box style pedals that do not have any other effects. Let's be clear, the HX Stomp is a multi-effects unit and should be compared to units of similar function and form factor like the Boss GT1000 Core, the Fractal FM3, and the Neural Quad Cortex. They are designed to be integrated as part of a pedal board solution, and the size of the rig is entirely up to your imagination, ranging from all-in-one to these massive motherships. Here I'll touch on three features: tone, MIDI capability, and desktop editing. Tone-wise, you get the exact same sounds as you would with a full-fledged Helix, albeit with half the DSP. Don't let that dissuade you in the slightest. That one chip can handle a ton of processing and is capable of providing a fully featured Sunday-ready tone, complete with drive, delay, and reverb. What puts HX Stomp ahead of the pack is its flexibility. As long as DSP permits, you can fill up any of the 8 free blocks of anything you want. This is in contrast to the Boss GT1000 Core. Here's John Cordy explaining it in a little more detail.
Things they didn't tell you, they talk about having 24 simultaneous effects. What they don't tell you is that 4 of those are EQ and 4 of those are simple delays. So you've got 4 EQ blocks which are kind of fixed. You can move them around the chain, but they are always EQ blocks. Another 2 blocks are noise suppressors, so that's 10 blocks that we've potentially not got too much use out of. If one of your bigger marketing kind of pushes is that you can have 24 simultaneous effects blocks, it probably does matter that a bunch of those are things like noise suppressors, which are always there and present, and EQ blocks, which you can't do anything else with.
As far as MIDI implementation goes, this is a powerhouse. You get the same command center as with the big Helix and all the power that comes with it. Fully assignable PC and CC message sending and receiving, two-way MIDI clock sync so you can control your DAW's clock with the Stomp or send MIDI clock to sync your other pedals in the chain. This functionality has stopped me from getting an external MIDI controller and MIDI clock source, so props to Line 6 for helping me save money. But that's not all the Stomp is helping me to save, it's also saving my back. How, you ask? Not just that it's small and compact. It is a very powerful desktop editor that allows me to sit comfortably in my chair to tweak presets. You think that a desktop editor is a given in today's computer-centric world, but that's not the case with Neural DSP's Quad Cortex. If I have to bend down to tweak and make changes, that's not going to be good for my back over the course of a very long recording session. Plus, if the Quad Cortex is part of a pedal board, I'll need a table space to prop it on the table if I want to avoid that back strain. The key indicator as to a good performance rating is whether this works well in a live setting. You want reliable gear that doesn't break on you mid-set. Having regularly used this since 2019, I can happily report that the HX Stomp is uber reliable. I haven't had this fail on me yet, and this is with stress loading it with handling tone duties as a multi-effects unit, a source for click and cue tracks to the in-ear monitoring system, and distributing aux tracks to the front of house. To my knowledge, no other unit can multitask as well as HX Stomp. As a music director who needs as much functionality from gear with as little as a footprint as possible, the HX Stomp gets my vote. The only issue I've had with this is that unlike the bigger Helix, there's no ground lift switch, which might be problematic if you do get buzz from an inadvertent ground loop. Let's address the elephant in the room, the price. The HX Stomp isn't the cheapest small form factor multi-effects out there, but it's also not the most expensive. Owing to market forces and chip supply shortages, the Fractal FN3 takes that spot. For that price tag, you supposedly get the most authentic amp and cat modeling experience, but I can't confirm that since I haven't had the good fortune of seeing one in a store to try it. Those of you in the know, comment below. The Boss GT1000 core is around the same price as the HX Stomp, but I think you really have to love the Boss sound. As shared earlier, I think the HX Stomp trumps this unit's functionality. So in conclusion, I think the HX Stomp is still beating the competition to this day based on its solid feature set, expanded I/O, MIDI capabilities, small form factor, and of course, tones. Speaking of tones, I'm releasing a brand new EP at the end of April 2023 and I'd love for you to check it out. Save my profile on your favorite streaming service to get it as soon as it drops, and if you're watching this after April 2023, the link to the EP will be in the description box. I used a variety of rigs to record the tones, including this HX Stomp. Question of the day: what are you going to use your HX Stomp for? A standalone unit or as part of a pedal board? Feel free to share your signal chain and your rig ideas. I'd love to hear about them in the comment section below. If you're enjoying the sounds you've been hearing, they're part of my Bethel-ish pack available on my Buy Me a Coffee page. Having been updated to firmware 3.5, I'm now able to squeeze in so much more due to the streamlined DSP usage. Links are in the description box below. That's it from me. Thanks for watching this video. Here on my channel, I'm committed to helping you get the best tone out of your gear, as well as playing your best for the Sunday service. If you're a worship musician on the same journey, consider liking, subscribing, hitting that bell icon, and sharing this video with someone whom you know could benefit. As earlier mentioned, the HX Stomp can be deployed as both a MIDI controller to change presets and parameters, and a MIDI clock source to sync tap tempo across your other MIDI-capable pedals. I've made 2 videos exploring those functions, so do check them out. I'll see you there. Until next time, I'm Justin, and I'm all about worship guitar.